Hello!
Hi there.
Welcome to our test podcast, which is incredibly jury-rigged, you have no idea.
Yes.
So,
We have decided to go by our Xbox Live gamer tags. I am Crankier Fawn.
and I am Hypersonic Bunny, and I have no idea what she's actually going to call me because it's really fun to call her Cranky.
Crankier. I'm not crankiest. Just a little bit cranky.
Crankier than me.
Crankier than the average Fawn.
So, this is going to be a lifestyle genre podcast. Our lifestyles and our favorite genres. So, we'll see how that goes.
We are both gamers.
It's true.
Yes. We enjoy the video games and the board games.
And we have just both recently purchased Xbox Ones.
Very exciting.
And 10 seconds on how you feel about the Xbox One. Go.
I really like the Xbox One. It's the graphics are incredible, as you would imagine. I'm really enjoying playing Dragon Age Inquisition and Sunset Overdrive, which is actually one of the only exclusives that Xbox One has right now. I do think its interface leaves a little something to be desired, especially as compared to the Xbox 360. They had a really wonderful interface going, and they decided to tinker with it a little bit, and I'm a little bit ambivalent about some of the changes they made. How do you feel?
I'm going to have to agree with you about being ambivalent about the whole thing. For a device that's a year old right now, and that had a predecessor that lasted almost 8 years, you would think that they could have done a better job with that interface. Now, backpedaling, I think the Xbox One is a fantastic piece of technology, and I know that when my 360 was first purchased, it was not the device that everyone currently has today. It took a solid 2 years before they got that sucker moving in the way it was supposed to. And we don't want to even talk about the red ring of death. The device was fantastic and I think it deserved its place ahead of the PlayStation in that generation. But this one's going to have to work. But I like it. The tech is great. The interface, meh. But I feel the games, I've gotten to play Sunset Overdrive, which is an amazing piece of technology. Mm-hmm. And I got to play Sunset 2, the racing game.
Forza Horizon.
Forza Horizon 2, pardon me. That's beautiful. That's amazing.
It's an eye candy game. Definitely.
And I can see that Destiny, even though everybody complains about it, has legs, and I think it's going to be with us for a while. So
he's obsessed with Destiny.
The Xbox One's pretty great. It's pretty great. I know I started a little dark about it, but I think the potential is fantastic. So
probably the biggest thing that's on people's minds right now is with the holiday shopping frenzy that's going on, is that the Xbox One did recently drop its price. It went down from $399 to $349, and you get it in a special bundle. So they're trying to definitely make up the lost ground that they experienced at launch against the PS4. Because the PS4 was winning this particular generation battle, wouldn't you agree? Until recently.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was one of the main reasons why I purchased one, was with the price drop. And so I think that there's a little bit more of an equal competition going on, and it'll be interesting to see how that all ends up hashing out and reconfiguring.
But having said that, if you want to play a really good role-playing game, a fantasy role-playing game, Dragon Age Inquisition is one of the best things I've ever played. Ever.
It's huge.
So that is currently available on all the platforms, but apparently the Xbox One is ahead as far as just the effectiveness of gameplay. Apparently
really?
there's a few little issues with the PlayStation version.
There are more bugs.
Yeah, there's just more bugs. And in a fall that has been rife with ridiculous bugs, we don't even want to talk about Unity.
What?
I am
Let's. Why not?
pleased. No. We're talking about how cool Dragon Age is. Dragon Age is great.
Okay.
Just, when you play Dragon Age, leave the hinterlands. You don't have to stay there forever. That is not the whole game. It feels like the whole game. It could have been. In fact, the Xbox 360, I'm sure, has games that were only as big as the hinterlands. The
Yes.
hinterlands are like the first 10% of the game, so leave the hinterlands. That's not a spoiler. Trust me. Go.
No, this game is huge. I think that the developers really took to heart some of the criticisms, that were made against Dragon Age 2, and they, which I think they found it a little bit too constrained and too linear, Dragon Age 2, but they definitely worked on that, and Dragon Age Inquisition is huge. The world is enormous, and
Pretty.
I think, yeah, they addressed a lot of the complaints, and I'm enjoying it immensely so far.
Now, it doesn't push the limits of the Xbox One's video ability. If you want to see just how beautiful the Xbox One can do, get Forza Horizon, because that thing is gorgeous. Dragon Age, I think, so I've heard this before on many podcasts, and I'm just going to repeat it because it's true. We're still not into the maturation of these new devices. We have yet to see really strong games that were conceived specifically for these devices. So you're going to see a lot of stuff that kind of reminds you of the old stuff and stuff that looks like the old. Oh God, the Crew. Don't buy the Crew. Don't buy the Crew. But if you do buy the Crew, you will see that it looks like Burnout Paradise. Actually, Burnout Paradise looked better than the Crew, and that was like 5 years ago. But conceptually, it's just Burnout Paradise in the entire country of the United States.
What didn't you like about the Crew?
It's ugly.
It's ugly.
It's buggy. I watched a sad guy who was simulcasting his play on Twitch. He finished a race and he came in first, and it just...
Oh, that's painful.
His car stopped. There's a little, camera move to show that you're in first place. And then the rest of the cars that were finishing the race hit his car out of the camera view.
The game didn't know what to do
And
with
the
it.
game didn't know what to do with that, and it just hung... It kept moving the camera to see where his car would have been.
Oh.
It never flashed the "you win." It never ended the race.
So he didn't get credit for it.
He let it run for 90 seconds just
Sure.
so we could see
if it
just
would
how
happen.
broken it was.
Oh,
The Crew.
yikes.
Same guys who made Unity, of course, Ubisoft. So
Oh my, they need to do some reevaluating, I think, about where
But that's
they're
a whole
going
other
as a
podcast.
company. 'Cause, yeah.
So I think we should take these last 90 seconds or so of our podcast. We're going for about 10 minutes. To recommend something cool to people. So, recommending something cool to people. Lots of podcasts have this. They call it various things. I don't have a name for this yet, but it's what I think you should do. So, what should you do? What should you do?
I really recommend Sunset Overdrive. I'm not alone in that. It's a very popular game. It's been getting almost unanimously positive reviews. It is very frenetic and high energy and a little bit chaotic. So if you like a more mellow gaming experience, it's probably not the game for you. But there's a lot of witticism, a lot of inside gamer type humor. Like references to Japanese horror and just all sorts of nerdy stuff, to LARPers, just humor that I think a lot of gamers would enjoy and really get. And it's... What? You know what? So that's what I recommend. I recommend Sunset Overdrive.
And I recommend that you hang out with your friends and do cool stuff. So you can do that in Destiny, you can do it in Sunset Overdrive, you can do it in Forza Horizon, or you can do it in a cool podcast with crankier fun.
I am cranky and
And-
sometimes violent.
Hypersonic.
Yes. Okay.
It's nice talking to you. Have a good day.